Hello kids, I am Faizan Hussain and this is part 3 of our chapter Cell the Fundamental Unit of Life, Class 9 Biology. And our today's topic is cell theory. How cell theory was given and who gave the cell theory. We'll study all about this here. Actually, there were many scientists who studied the cell after the invention of microscope. They were able to study, and when they studied the plants and animal tissues, they found that plant and animal tissues were made up of cell. So here we can see in the year 1838, Matthew Sheldon concluded that all plants are made up of cell. Next, in the year 1839, Theodore Schwann stated that all animal tissues are composed of cell. So, with this, these are the two scientists who gave the cell theory, and there was another scientist, Rudolf Virchow. He stated that omnis cellula e cellula. What does this mean? This means that new cell arises from pre-existing cells. New cells does not come from any other material, or they do not come magically. They just come after the division of pre-existing cell. Like we can see here, this is a cell and it can be divided into different parts, the cell A and cell B. Similarly, it can be divided into multiple cells also. So how the cell comes? Cells comes from pre-existing cells. Got it? So with this, we can conclude our theory. What is the theory? We concluded that all the organisms are made up of cell and its product. So our first point is all living organisms are made up of one or more cell. Yes, as the Schwann and Sheldon concluded that all the living organisms, whether plants or animals, are made up of one or more cells. We have studied earlier that cell is the basic structure and functional unit of life in all living organisms. And last but not the least, that all cells are formed from the division of pre-existing cells. So, with this, we can sum up our cell theory into three main points. The first point is all living organisms are made up of one or more cell. It means whether any organism is there, it is made up of cell only. Whether it's single cellular or multicellular, their basic unit is cell. Next point is cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life in all living organisms. We can say this because all living organisms are made up of cell only, and it is the basic unit by which any organism is formed. Like single cellular organism is there, so it is made up of one cell, and multicellular organisms are there, so they are made up of many cells. Got it? In the same way, they perform all the functions. All the functions, like we can say, if any single cellular organism is there, like amoeba, so respiration, digestion, excretion, all these functions are performed by the organism inside the cell only. Got it? And in the similar way, if multicellular organism is there, so in multicellular, for example, we can take human being. Here, we are made up of billions of cells, and cells combines to form tissue. Tissue, like you can say here, tissue combines to form organ, and organ combines to form organ system. Organ system, like we can say circulatory system. Here organ is, you can say, heart, arteries, veins, capillaries, blood. Yes, so they combinedly forms, you can say, circulatory system, and circulatory systems perform the functions of transportation, right? Here, so basically here this transportation function is performed by the cell only. Inside the cell all this function is performed. So we can conclude that cell is the basic structure and functional unit of life, right? And last but not the least, all cells are formed from the division of pre-existing cell. Cells do not come magically, right? They are divided and formed by the pre-existing cell or their parent cell.